There are thousands of people in Syntagma Square, which is just in front of the Parliament building, which Angela Merkel isn't visiting, but the government has allowed this as an outlet, I think, for people's anger. And there were huge cheers a few moments ago when an open-top Jeep drove into the square with protesters dressed as Nazis on it. And I think it's that kind of protest that has been reflected around the city, that people blame Angela Merkel for the austerity measures which people are suffering at the moment. Greece now entering its sixth year of recession, 24.4% people unemployed here, in a truly perilous state, relying on bailout handouts to pay its bills. And that is the scene into which Angela Merkel has flown today. There are distinct differences between the troika of international creditors and the Greek government over a next tranche of cuts and extra revenues totaling about €13.5 billion that is needed to pass the Parliament to secure more bailout money, which is effectively keeping this country afloat and in the Eurozone. But it's the anger targeting Angela Merkel herself, but also her nationality, that has really caught fire here. And while this protest in Syntagma is mostly peaceful, there are protests that are not peaceful that are happening along the route. We hear that tear gas has been fired in a hospital yard, that healthcare workers who've been striking because they say they haven't been paid for weeks have been trying to block the route that the motorcade is going to be taking to get to Maximus Mansion in the centre of the city. That is obviously what police are trying to crack down on and crack down very quickly. But at the moment here, it is relatively peaceful in front of the Parliament.